everyone, and welcome to Amy Park in Melbourne for the second Test match, Australia versus Ireland. Wallabies looking to go 2 up in the series and wrap up the Lansdowne Cup, but the Six Nations champs Ireland are determined to bounce back and set up the decider in Sydney next week. Michael Checker's men are going for 12 straight against the Irish at home, while Joe Smith's men are hoping to break a 39-year drought on Aussie soil against the Wallabies. So much to play for on a cold and cloudy night in Melbourne. I'm Greg Clark, and joining me in commentary are Wallabies Rod Kafer, Greg Martin and Phil Kearns. Oh, no surprise about the changes in the Irish team, because last week they took a bit of a gamble. This one is a more settled lineup. Cian Healy, Niall Scannell and Taj Furlong in the front row. Tona and Ryan. James Ryan, 16 runs in Brisbane, the 21-year-old. They're calling him the new John Eales. And a very good back row. Peter O'Mahony is the captain in 6. Dan Levy back in the starting side. And CJ Stunder at number 8. The back's Greg Martin.
Well, the big story is Sexton is back. The two class acts of Irish rugby are together for their 48th start. They'll guarantee they'll manage the game superbly. Henshaw, he moves from 13. And Ringrose, one of the stars of their Six Nations campaign, is back. He's their strongest centre. And out wide, well, Stockdale's gone. That's a worry. That's a real worry. But Kearney, every time he gets the ball, he is a concern. Rod Kafer with the reserves.
Well, it's the starters from last week appearing on the bench. They didn't get much off their bench last week. These guys looking to add some. It's an impressive front row. Carberry, the reserve 10, will look to make an impact late in the game. Murphy and Cooney.
Ireland second in the world rankings, 5 from 6 in 2018. And the Wallabies, coached by Michael Checker and Phil Kearns. No surprise that he's gone with the same 23. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
No, exactly. And I think the scrum was really good last week. These guys really aimed up. Sio's performance very, very good. Kepu will look to do more running tonight. Coleman, his hitting last week was outstanding. Isaac Rodder, those two starting to work in combination. And the back row, well, how much have we talked about Pocock this week? He was about last week's game. He was amazing. So was Hooper. Timu is the one I want to see running with the pill a bit more tonight.
Well, Genius, scheming and box kicks were wonderful last week, but Foley, his squaring up in the attack is so important. But he might be wearing 12, Kurtley Beale, but quite simply, in so many ways, he was the playmaker, is the playmaker, both kicking and passing. And so dangerous. And Karevi, he needs plenty of ball. Last week out wide, Folau. His run meters were down on what he normally had, but in the air, he was impenetrable. Haley Petty, so important. And Corey Betty, a record number of tackles.
A 6-2 bench again for the Wallabies. 6 forwards, Latu, Robertson, Tupou. Didn't they make an impact coming off the bench? Rob Simmons, 83 test caps, plenty of experience. Pete Samu, great off the bench for his first one last week. Phipps and Hodge, the only two backs.
So the Wallabies with the win over Ireland in Brisbane last week. That took them to 3rd in the world rankings. Win tonight, they moved to 2nd ahead of Ireland. Peter O'Mahony to lead the Irish out. They're back in Melbourne for the first time since 2008, hoping for a better result this time. They lost by 6 points on that occasion. Still looking for a drought breaker, looking to win against the Wallabies on Aussie soil for the first time in 39 years. They lost 18-9 at Suncorp Stadium last week in Brisbane, but they haven't lost back-to-back tests since June. South Africa 2016. After resting 6 of their stars from Leinster last week, they are back in the run-on team. Leinster won the Pro 14 of the European Cup double recently, so the 6 players were either given the weekend off or used off the bench, like Johnny Sexton.
Oh, magnificent player. He is their talisman. He's their touchstone. Everything they do, watch him in the warm-up. His combination with Conor Murray is extraordinary, and his goal kicking, he did not miss one in the warm-up.
Their 12-test unbeaten run came to an end in Brisbane. Just their second loss in their past 16 internationals. Now it's time to bounce back. 8 changes in the run-on side. They might be Six Nations champs and Grand Slam winners, but Captain Peter O'Mahony says this is now their biggest test of the year, because if they lose to the men in gold, and the series and the silverware is completely lost. So Michael Hooper getting set to lead the Aussies out, coming off a confidence-boosting win over the Irish last week. It snapped a 2-game losing streak against Ireland. It was generally regarded as their best opener in a June Test series for some years. Now they need to back it up. They've now beaten the number 1 and number 2 sides in their last 2 home tests. The All Blacks last October, Ireland last week. And here is the welcome at Amy Park for the Wallabies. unbeaten in the past 4 tests at home, and this man was sensational in his return to Wallaby goal last week, Kearnsey.
He was just incredible, Clarkie. Not a lot of run meters there, but that's not the package you buy when you buy David Pocock. It's a number of tackles. It's the breakdown turnovers that he gets that's the critical thing. Don't forget, every time he turns one over from them, that's your ball. It works double. He is just a phenomenon. Nick Phipps came on, Kurtley Beale.
I'll tell you what, his kicking was so superb last weekend. Let's touch on that. 14 attacking kicks that they were able to recover. 9 of them were from him, but his cross-field running, where he'd go across and then he'd straighten, created so many opportunities. He was on fire last Saturday night.
Well, a win here for the Wallabies will clinch the Lansdowne Cup for the first time since 2013. And just before the anthems, we're going to have the traditional welcome to country at Amy Park in Melbourne.
Ladies and gentlemen, Auntie Di Kerr will now deliver the welcome to country.
I honour my ancestors and my elders. I pay homage to this sacred ground that we're on. I wish to acknowledge elders and elders of different nations that are here today. I ask you all to walk together in harmony. I offer you my hand in friendship so that we can all journey together. I ask you to obey the laws of Bunjil, not to harm the land or the waterways, and not to harm any of Bunjil's children. On behalf of my elders, I say, may Bunjil, my creator, surround you all and keep you safe on country. Womanjika, Wurundjeri Balak Yemen Gundibik, welcome to the traditional country of the Wurundjeri people. Nungodjan, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ireland's Call will now be performed by Kieran Boyle, followed by the Australian National Anthem performed by Michael Cormick and the Qantas Choir featuring the Australian Girls Choir.
Michael McCormick, Advance Australia Fair, and Brandon Paenga-Amosa belting out the Australia National Anthem for the second week in a row. And what about Ireland's Call, one of the great rugby anthems performed by Kieran Boyle. So head-to-head, these two nations have played 34 times. Australia have won 22, Ireland 11, the one draw in 2009. And here in Australia, it's Australia 11, Ireland 3. In Melbourne, 2-0 to Australia. They won 17-16 in the 2003 Rugby World Cup, and they won 18-12 in 2008, Ireland's last visit to Melbourne. Kurtley Beale tonight, the number 12, playing his 73rd Test match. 9 tackles last week, his most since 2012. The match ball being delivered to the spot, and the referee is from Taranaki, New Zealand, Paul Williams. What a night for him. It is his second Test match. He's assisted by Pascal Guizier from France, Marius van der Westhuizen from South Africa. Ben Skeen, New Zealand, is a television match official. Paul Williams actually controlled the Ireland-Fiji game last November. Ireland winning on that occasion. Conor Murray is set. Scott Seo, 45th Test match for the front rower. What a battle it's going to be up front, because Ireland have Healy and Furlong, the two experienced props starting. Niall Scannell is the hooker, only his 8th Test. So the countdown is on at a packed Amy Park in Melbourne. Game 2 in the 3-Test series. Ireland need a win to force the decider in Sydney next week, and Foley kicks off, and that one is into touch, coming off the hands there of Devon Toner as we go sideline to Rod Kafer.
We don't often see that low flat kick early from Bernard Foley. It was a beauty. Rain threatening around the ground.
Middle, move down.
Wallabies line out was a problem last week. They've spent a fair bit more time on it this week.
So first up, clean take by Rodder. Now Genia gives it to the hard-running Samu Karevi. Timbo looking for an early touch, and over the advantage line he goes. Foley, and Beale flops it up to Foley. Now it's Haylett Petty from the Melbourne Rebels. 5 Rebels in this Wallaby match day 23 again this week. Just shoveling it on. Up towards the 22 they go. Getting it to Beale. Palau is up from fullback. A good fend, first of all, from Karevi. Bounces out of one, then goes again, and they grab him. CO to Kepu. Coleman out the back. Foley starts to move. Inside ball to Kurtley Beale. Beale beats everybody, and over he goes. What a start, Wallabies!
Whoa, what a start. Beale on the 7th phase, taking advantage of the one. They went right, they went left, they went back to the right, and it opened up. Well, it all started after the line out with Caleb Timu. So important, he got over the advantage line. The defence of Ireland was wonderful for 6 phases, and just that drop ball on the inside to split them wide open. Look at Coleman playing the block play. Simple as that. The Irish were worn after 6 phases, and they did not come across fast enough on the inside.
Yeah, I think it was Scannell that didn't come across quickly enough there and just dropped underneath there. Beautiful. No, it wasn't. It was Omani that didn't get across quickly enough. It was just that lovely running line from Kurtley.
What a start. The line out was perfect. Went deep, which allowed them to form some attack with Karevi, then Timu. Oh, wonderful team try over 7 phases.
Timu was the one that was critical, that he get a good touch on the ball. His confidence will grow enormously from that.
It was interesting to see they pulled Israel Folau was on his first run when he went to the right. He was 3 in from the outside, and then Karevi.
And there's the extra 2 from Bernard Foley. Fantastic start in Melbourne for the men in gold. Australia 7, Ireland 0. What about that, Rod Kafer?
The thing that opened it up for the Wallabies was the hard work from the back line off the ball. They reset to the right, and you mentioned it, Marto. Israel got back to the left, and that created the space. Ireland had to mark up. A little drop play was an absolute peach.
Razor sharp beginning.
So Sexton gives it a bit of hang time, and Tony gets through there, putting a bit of pressure on the Wallaby jumper. And on that occasion, it was Coleman who couldn't control it, so knock on, and it will be the Irish to put the ball into the scrum on the 10-metre mark.
Coleman saying he didn't touch it. It was Toner.
like to see the kick-off no longer going deep. Joe Schmidt on the right there, wondering he's with Owen Farrell on the left, the defence coach, asking him for a please explain.
Andy
Farrell. Oh, not Owen, of course.
No, that's fine. I'm happy with it.
First score on the match. Nervous time.
Nervous for you, Kearnsey, is it?
You know, get little heart flutters at scrum time.
Referee not happy.
No free engage.
Who's teaming
Very
up in
clear.
this test
No
match
free engage.
with
Both
Jonathan
sides in.
Sexton for the 48th time, 46 for Ireland, couple for the
Sure.
British and Irish
Yeah, yeah.
line. So
Okay.
we've got the band
I'll
back
try and be as
together in
loud as I
green.
can as well.
Like, I thought the Irish attack early on last week was excellent off Carberry and Connor Murray looking to the short side. And then what happened is they both got belted within the first 15 minutes of the game and they stopped running the ball. We don't want Connor Murray to be running the ball. When he does, he's very good and does it very well with Sexton.
Solid scrum.
Yeah, good scrum from the Wallabies.
Sexton now, he gives it to Ringrose, who was rested last week. Sexton, inside ball. O'Mahony, Hooper over the top, can't get his hands on the pill. That's the new 7, Dan Levy. Tyg Furlong. Stunder. We know that the Irish can put together the phases. O'Mahony, straight running, good defence. Sexton, the general. Ringrose. Hooper went low. They work to the short side and Scannell. Foley just managed to hold on to a leg and brought him down. Now it's Furlong.
Leave him now.
Good ball runner, Furlong.
Pick and go.
No.
Levy. Sexton. Out the back it goes now. Stunder to Sexton. Inside ball. Cian Healy. Carney picked up and dumped, and well, we'll have a look at this, but it looked okay initially.
No.
A firm tackle is about all it was, but it'll be about the horizontal, and we'll analyse this slowly.
Yeah. Away. Hey,
13 phases.
Thank you.
Ireland going nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A little worried just at the back
Look
end
at the
of
point of
this.
contact.
Yeah, I've got a clear left and a turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how he drove him
CMO,
into the ground.
Yes, Paul.
Look,
Better than
Ben,
dropping him.
what I'm looking at is a lifting tackle here. We'll just want you to have a look at potential foul play, please.
Landed on his elbow, so there's no repercussions in that regard, the severity of it, but it's the fact that it's gone past the horizontal that'll get him into trouble.
Michael, just wait, please. 11.
Low level indiscretion.
Okay, thanks, man.
It'll be a yellow card.
Yeah.
Just hold for a mo. When he lands dangerous, but not on the neck or the shoulder.
Yeah.
Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks, mate. Michael, I need 11.
Yeah.
11.
Do you think he lands on his back?
No.
For Marika Korobetti, whose parents have travelled to
Michael.
Melbourne from Fiji to watch him play rugby at this level for the first time.
It's a clear lifting tackle. We know what happens.
Yeah, there's no getting out of it.
It's a clear lifting tackle and he's landed dangerously. It's a yellow card.
So Australia down a man after 6 minutes.
Are we here?
And they're going to attack. They're not going to worry about the 3 points. They want 7. Korobetti, his defence was so aggressive last weekend. He was trying to take that attitude into tonight. Being punished.
Lifting tackle, foul play.
So Sexton punches it into the corner, looking to hit back after that early try to Kurtley Beale for Australia.
This is the middle here. Fronts you there, Morris.
Niall Scannell throwing in. And finding the target at the back as well.
Over. Ball.
Advantage being played for Ireland as Murray throws the dummy and floats it over, and Conway is in.
What a hit back. Andrew Conway brought back into the team, and they've taken advantage of Corey Betty. Haylett Petty was over the far wing, way on the right-hand side. He spotted it late, the fact that Sexton wanted to attack on the right-hand side. He headed back, but he was too late to get there. Conway bustling over in the corner.
Yeah, I think Sekope Kepu got sort of sucked into the maul at one point, tried to get out, took a step back in, and that's where Murray saw the opportunity to go wide.
You watch him come out, Murray. He comes out and he pins that first defender. Second defender. While this is happening, Haylett Petty is screaming across the back because he can see what's about to happen. Murray could look at Haylett Petty. He just can't get there. He has come from the far wing. Conway, well done.
Yeah. Nice try. Well worked. Conor Murray to the short side. This is where the threat will come. All night, the Wallabies will need to be aware of that short side. Now down a winger does make them vulnerable.
Yeah, the punishment was an individual one for Corey Betty. Now it becomes a team one.
So 72% this year with his kicking. Jonathan Sexton, 18 from 25. 688 test points, still way behind the leading Irishman, Ronan O'Gara, and this one's going to come back nicely for him. We are locked up at 7-all in Melbourne. Andrew Conway, the try scorer, has been on the radar for some time, 2 years in the Ireland under-20s, replacing Jacob Stockdale tonight. Stockdale was the leading try scorer in the Six Nations this year, 7 tries in 5 matches. Made his Leinster debut at 19, but now plays for Munster.
Smart play from Ireland. They knew where the Wallabies were going to be short defensively and attacked there accordingly.
Change.
Good start by both sides tonight. Scoreboard ticking over. The try scorer, Conway. Taken by Haylett Petty on the 22. Plenty of hang time on that one from Murray, and who wants it? They allow it to bounce, and it's been picked up out of the air there by Ryan, this impressive young lock. And they look to expose the Wallabies on Marika Korobetti's wing. He's in the bin. Earls does well to stay in the field of play. Cutting back in. Now it's O'Mahony and Sexton trying to get his hands on everything. Sexton again, and just dribbles it into touch.
Kenzie, that surprises me. They got one man up. I figured that they'd go 15, 20 phases and try to work the extra man, but they've gone territory.
Yeah, they'll be trying to play field position, I reckon, as much as the not. That's where Sexton's real strength is, just keeping you plumped in your own quarter.
Oh, lost ball there. And this is going to cause real problems for the Wallabies now.
Away you go, please.
Well, there's lots of positive talk amongst those Irish lads.
Yeah, momentum's
talking
with
it up.
them. Momentum's definitely with them.
Interesting to see Sekope Kepu carrying there. And not sure that it was a knock on. It didn't come off the Irish player on the ground, but
no, only for these guys, foul play. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Terrific opportunity for Ireland. 10.5 gone.
It's okay. You just worry about your job.
Sekope Kepu, 65th start, a record for a Wallaby prop.
It's only a 7-man pack for the Wallabies. Pocock's defending on the blind side.
Crouch!
To make up the numbers.
Fine! Set! Oh.
Murray puts it in. Penalty goes against the Wallabies. Pretty much right in front.
Out.
It's tough at 7 men, Kernsey.
Well, it is. I just hope he's consistent, that every scrum collapse he's going to get a penalty. You know, Wallabies just leaned in there, and certainly the feet were too far back. They slid out from underneath, as you can see. Not much you can do about that. 9 out of 10 other refs would have repacked the scrum.
So Sexton with an easy shot here to give Ireland the lead.
See how low that scrum was. Good strike from Scannell.
Just to the right of the uprights. There's the strike. The Irish fans, the far end of AB Park, are pretty happy with that. 10 points to 7.
6.5 minutes with 14 men. The Wallabies have lost 10 points. 10-0 in that period. There's the try scorer, Andrew Conway. He's got something badly wrong with him. He's been talking to the trainer for the last 5 minutes about whatever it is, right foot or ankle or something.
When he scored the try, it had been 10 years and 2 days since Ireland had scored a try on Aussie soil. Last one was here in Melbourne at Etihad Stadium. The great Brian O'Driscoll scoring it. They're desperate to break their 39-year drought against Australia on Australian soil. So far, so good. And here is Conway, claimed immediately by Haylett Petty. Sexton into everything at the moment. Levy goes to ground. Sexton again. Ringrose over to Earls. He puts it on the toe. So Folau picks it up and runs it back to around the halfway mark. Now it's Coleman. Good solid defence by the men in green. Beale charged down and plucked out of the air now by Karevi, and he sends a wild one back. And now Beale has to clean up, pops it up to Pocock. They swarm on him. It was Devon Toner that made the tackle.
You knew Pocock wasn't going to transfer that pressure as the previous 3 recipients had. Whoa, loose.
And now Genia finds touch on the far side, but that's a good gain for the Irish as far as territory goes.
Was Genia just looking at Karevi going, what was that all about?
Yeah.
It's a short passing game from Johnny Sexton that he does so well. He stays so square at the line, pulls a decoy runner, either hits behind that first runner and later in the game will send the short ball. And it's last week the Wallabies had that extra metre in defence. Were applying pressure tonight. They haven't found it. Sexton too quick through the hands so far.
And unfortunately the try scorer Andrew Conway has been replaced, so 23 is out there, and Jordan Lama. And it is Ireland again looking to expose the Wallabies. Picked out of the air by Folau.
Wow. No.
Just when Ireland were looking threatening again. Now it's Timu.
Has Levy grabbed that?
Yeah, penalty.
Holding on. It was O'Mahony.
Michael, when a player's trying to roll away, don't come and dive on top of him, please. Over here.
I can't run over the top of it.
Shot. Shot call.
Interesting call. I thought O'Mahony came in from the side there.
You must
He had
give
a
him an
good,
opportunity to roll.
great body
Don't
position.
come flying in and land straight on top of him.
Kept his feet really well too.
Okay.
So say next time someone gets on our
There's the change. Andrew Conway, the first try scorer for Ireland, off the field, looked like a hip pointer or something. And there he is there. No, he's safe.
No, he's safe, yeah.
Safe as a bank. Still on his feet.
Ooh, knocked it on.
You know what? Was Caleb Timu really trying to hang on to the ball? As in the penalty is for not releasing. I think he had released and that was a knock on.
Yeah, there's an adjustment period that the Wallabies will have to make. Both teams will need to make around the referee. You've just got to understand how he's going to referee the game. Get into the rhythm with him. He isn't asking players to roll away from the breakdown yet. Ireland have been there a couple of times, managed to unsettle the Wallabies.
Yeah, they seem a lot more aggressive at the ball, don't they, Kaif, tonight?
They need this one to force the decider in Sydney, so it's all or nothing for Ireland. And Sexton comes in, it holds its line, it's over, and so it is 13 points to 7, and Marika Koroibete will make his way back from the sin bin now. So 13 points scored while he was in the naughty chair.
It's a dangerous one, Marika Koroibete, because he tackles so hard. He tackles very low, but occasionally he can sneak up a little bit high. He's got the yellow card already. The Wallabies use him to apply lots of pressure, particularly on kick-off, particularly on kick chase. He is a very low tackler, but he hits so hard sometimes if it creeps up. Just needs to be careful.
So Foley. Taken by Devon Toner.
No!
Advantage being played here for Ireland. Healy.
Have the advantage.
Scannell goes to ground. Out the back it goes. High kick. Koroibete under some pressure, takes it though.
Oh, brilliant.
And he was playing a very long advantage there. We go all the way back to the spot.
What's that? Yeah.
Taylor Petty grabbed around the neck here.
They're having a look at it. They'd already called for the penalty to return 45 metres diagonally.
10 metres.
Sexton taking his time.
The whole flow and momentum of the game for the last 12 minutes has been with Ireland.
Well, they've controlled it with their kicking game, haven't they?
Checker should be right if he's thirsty.
Fine.
Miles Scannell. 8th test match for the hooker. Finds Toner and straight down. Here's the hard running wing raise. Coleman raced up on that occasion. Ryan. Now Scannell having a run. Coleman holds on. Quick recycle. Sexton, the inside ball to O'Mahony. Taken by Pocock. Levy. Again, Coleman makes the tackle. Sexton, the go-to man, and that came off a Wallaby there. A penalty only.
Caleb Timu knocking the ball down.
Well, it's right in front again, so discipline has to improve. The likes of Johnny Sexton out there.
Shot.
39 metres back, but right in front pretty much.
Penalties. 5 Ireland, 0 Australia.
Will Guinea has just pulled the team into the middle of the field. No question that's a penalty. Caleb Timu just coming out of the line, slapping at the ball. No attempt to catch it. Guinea has got them in and just trying to recompose the side now. Just some clear messages around. This is how we're going to dig ourselves out of the hole. We haven't had any of the play, except for the opening 2 minutes. Been on the back foot for 18. Let's get the ball back. Let's get some energy and start playing.
Australia has conceded at least 10 penalties in 7 of the past 8 tests. Perfect so far tonight. Johnny Sexton.
Ireland finding it easy to get over the advantage line. Getting a bit too much go forward for the Wallabies' liking.
They've had 2/3 of the possession and territory, so they're completely dominating this first quarter.
Sexton, no problem.
And they're getting scoreboard reward.
16 points to 7. 3 penalties and a conversion to the sharpshooter.
Yeah, when the Wallabies kick off, the Irish have been finding it incredibly easy to get down the other end, get that field position.
Start again, boys.
Done it through a number of ways. Once a high ball, going wide left a couple of times.
The Irish fans making plenty of noise in Melbourne.
They're ready for Lau on the restarts tonight.
Yeah, there was no height in that kick.
Healy having a run. Sexton. Right they go. Here's the kick ahead by the new man. Lama. And they're chasing. Koenig getting back there. It falls for Foley in the end. Could have been anybody's.
Gee, Will Genny looked like he was jogging back there then.
Yeah, I'll move. No.
Seo comes into Scannell. And Beale just gets the kick away.
Not out.
Not out though, so Rob Kearney comes forward, takes it. And he bumped off Hooper.
Gee, that's powerful effort.
Tackle!
It's all Ireland as far as possession and territory goes at the moment. The captain, O'Mahony. Sexton. Folau read that one well. Copybook on Gary Ringrose. Healy. Short side. Sexton. Way through for Levy. Ryan. Taken by Rodder. Scannell. Murray. And Carney. O'Mahony out wide. Stunder. And now the penalty will go against the Irish.
Falling off.
On your feet, please. Selling off.
Yeah, flopping straight onto the tackled player. Can I just put it to you, the Wallaby defence doesn't have the sting that it had last weekend?
I was thinking exactly the same thing. That little passage there was the best that they've defended tonight. They've been letting the Irish get too many metres too easily. Good touch finder from Foley. Gives you confidence when you bring the team together, as Genia did before, and Hooper has their word, and what you say happens.
Look at that possession.
Advantage in
period. Here's a short ball down the short side, and good backup play from Timo running off the captain Hooper. So can the Wallabies come up with something here?
In the air. Leave him alone.
Coming back for a penalty from the line out.
Yeah.
And the Irish defence has a bit more sting than they had last week, I think, Marta.
Jumper.
Oh, yeah, their attitude hasn't got a problem. Here's a problem. The right wrist of Genny is hurt.
Foley punches it into the corner.
Okay.
Genia staying on the field.
I hope they've got a forward drive plan from this line out.
Good take from Caleb Timu. Angaramosa has it at the back. Here's the drive coming from the Wallabies. 5 out.
Too high, the Wallabies at the back. They need to get their body height down at the back.
They're still moving though. Still moving and getting very close. Looks good. And it is a try. He has given it a penalty try to Australia.
Number 1.
Scott Seo. I know the penalty's against Keane Healy from Ireland.
1.
He's going to get a yellow card, is he?
Yellow card, intentionally collapsing.
So it's Ireland down a man now. And it's an automatic 7 points for a penalty try.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Time's been off.
He's taken time off because there's no restart. This is actuality.
Do you think they're going to hear it?
But this is for spectators only. What's happened, you don't take the penalty conversion when there's a penalty try because it's under the post, and Ireland have tried to restart the game with about 5 people involved.
It's all happening. 16-14, Ireland over Australia.
You don't often see the penalty try first up drive, do you? Another big brave call.
I was dealing with the yellow card, so I can't do 2 things at once. Yeah.
Yeah. Got the yellow card, the penalty try yellow card. Geez, I'm struggling to understand it.
It's a big punishment, isn't it?
It is.
We're right to go.
Gee, that's a very male admission from the referee, isn't it?
You can't do 2 things at the one time.
9
A
goals.
lot of girls at home nodding their heads.
Yeah.
Well, here's a problem because Bulgaria is injured. He's coming from the field.
Blood.
After 26 minutes.
It's just blood.
Can you see any blood, or that'll be located shortly?
Yeah, I think they've said blood.
Tomato sauce bottle on the sideline.
So Nick Phipps is out there, his 63rd
Time
appearance.
record.
He's definitely carrying an injury, obviously, to that arm.
Sexton kicking off. Michael Hooper claimed there by Tyke Furlong. Painga Ramosa.
Roll!
Beale carried back, so it has to stay in the field of play. Coming forward is the veteran, Carney. Links up with Sexton. 10-metre mark. Carney throws the double, the dummy. Scannell is happy to go 1 out. Ringrose. Can't get past Coleman. And there's a penalty. Caleb Timu.
No, you're not the captain. I'm not talking to you.
Got it wrong.
8, tackle off the ball.
Yep, dummy runners, that's the problem. If they suck you in and you carry
Let's
through
just keep
the
it orderly, okay?
tackle,
I'll go through the captain.
Straight in front.
It is the risk reward for the Wallabies when they do use that fast line speed. We saw it last week with the disallowed try. When you come off the line and you want to make the big shot, it sometimes delivers you opportunities of knock on and turnover, and you get those. So you're running a bit of a risk play.
No blood there. Wrist injury, arm injury for Wilgenia. His 90th Test appearance over.
Well, it was well worth it. That little meeting he convened when Ireland had got out to 16-7 has brought the Wallabies back into the game ever since then.
So Sexton, 4 from 4 so far. Wallabies have conceded 6 penalties to 2.
They're easy points.
So Sexton, 42, 43 metres back, and this one is out to the left.
That's a howler. Hooked it badly.
It stays 16-14 to Ireland.
Bernard.
Wants to go long. Oh no.
Corabetti chasing, but it's too long and taken there by Keith Earls on the 10. Sexton going high to Howlett Petty. He leaps in the air and takes it on the 22. They try and hold him up.
Well, it's from a kick, so
Leave it now.
it's still Wallaby
Tackle.
ball.
Yeah, and he goes to ground anyway. Paying a Ramosa. Phipps back to Foley in the pocket. High for Falau to chase, and Falau, all eyes on the ball, but Earls is there. Short side they go. Omani shovels it on. Change of direction from Sexton, and Ryan gets it out to Furlong.
Big shoulder from Furlong.
Hey, he is.
Scannell, ball and all tackle. Isaac Rodder. Sexton out the back. They leave it behind. Knock on both ways is the call.
Green first. Knock on green or gold? Yeah. Knock on.
I could see the referee's TMO box next to me.
There
I
was
can't
a
believe what they're looking at.
High tackle. There was a loopy arm around her neck, wasn't there? I didn't see the Wallaby knock on.
As the player was going to ground.
Yeah, you can't throw your limbs out.
You're not involved in the scrum, so we'll keep going.
Oh, surely not.
That's what they're looking at. Can you believe it?
And there's the knock on by the Wallabies. What a pickup.
TMO check.
Ball.
So out the back door it goes.
Dangerous tackle, high tackle.
Murray.
Oh, fair dinkum.
I'm with you, Kearns. Hold on.
Paul.
Yeah.
The contact is below the shoulder to start with on that best angle there.
Okay, so
Scrum.
what are you saying to me, mate?
Saying that the player has gone to ground, first contact is at shoulder point, knock on green.
Okay, right, thank you. Play the scrum.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Oh.
So the TMOs can interject into the game and slow it down anytime they want.
Yep.
Yeah, we checked.
IRB, have a look at it.
And offer up a scrum. Oh, good idea. Let's play the original scrum.
An update from the sideline on Wilkenny or anything through yet, Rod?
Oh, he's not coming back on. And
Hey.
Is that
it doesn't
purple?
look good.
Cave, can you just see that?
It
Just
is, yeah.
confirm the colour of his fingernails.
They are purple.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to check whether it was jacaranda or lilac, but it's purple.
Officially purple.
You guys are actually good over here. We're folding in on the far side.
This is the worry. Australia now
Stand
got
up.
the one-man advantage, and there's time being wasted here. Look at the clock
Yeah,
just
which way? Come over
ticking
there.
down.
Come over.
Just haven't been able to get any field position. Ireland's
again.
played the game beautifully.
Can you just
Sexton,
show
as
me
we
a bit of
thought,
picture on
Connor
the side,
Murray
okay? Don't fold in.
controlling it.
Support
And it's
your
been
body
their
weight,
forward
hold
runners, I
develop.
think, for Ireland that have really dominated. Getting across the gain line, bumping the Wallabies off. It's a
I'll give you the space.
hard-running, gnarly pack of Irish forwards digging in deep.
Bounce!
They weren't much good at that last weekend. They've worked on that apparently, talking to their coaching staff.
Set!
The isolated running.
So Phipps puts it in.
Messy.
Comes out for Phipps and he's got nowhere to go. Stunders right on top of him.
Green backs offside.
And advantage is being played because the Irish backs raced up in an offside position.
Have the advantage goal.
Karevi with a good run. Neil just flicks it out through the back, through his legs.
10. You got a mark there?
A new advantage was being played, so it's a penalty to Australia.
Yep.
They take it quickly. And some good easy meters for the Wallabies. And the penalty then will go against Hooper because he was isolated.
What a waste.
Captain on captain, and Peter O'Mahony right on top of him.
Well, that is a waste. One man up, could have gone deep into a line out.
10 offside at the scrum.
Yeah, it's a poor decision. Had the ability to go right into the corner.
10.
The line-out's been much better from the Wallabies tonight. They should have better confidence around that than they would have last week.
And it gives an opportunity to Ireland just to wind down the seconds.
Go, please.
Yeah, so two most experienced players in the Wallaby too, or Wallabies, Foley and Hooper.
Good touch finder as well.
Yeah, just trying to up the pace. Bernard Foley and Michael Hooper went at his own. Then it's a poor, just a poor clean out. They got their spacing wrong. Bernard Foley not effective. Got too close to Michael Hooper, couldn't be effective. That's a great turnover. Now Ireland come in slowly, managing this period of time beautifully.
Peter, we need to speed that up though.
Oh, Scannell throwing in. Oh, and there's one almost against the throw.
Advantage, knock on.
Knocked on by Ireland. Hale Petty has to take it into contact. Now it's Foley kicking across for Folau. And it's on the ground. Who wants it? Getting back there is Robbie Henshaw to clean up for Ireland.
Gee, they've done a good job cleaning up. They're in danger.
And now they want to go to the short side. Sexton, Stunder, getting it to Carney up from fullback. McGrath out there in 17. Ringrose, flat pass. Oh, and here we go. Furlong into the clear. Oh, got rid of one. Tried to float one over the top.
Play on. He's recovered.
Play on as well. It opened up like the Red Sea for Doug Furlong, and now it's Sexton and Ireland hot on attack. Wallabies scrambling to get back. And now the kick across field for Lama, and they allow it to bounce, and then it goes over the dead ball line, so we'll come back to the spot.
Gee, critical tackle from Sekope Kepu over the far side on Sexton.
Oh, they held off on Furlong, and he just speared through this. Oh. Caleb Timu missed that one. Look at that. Wanted to throw the long pass to the winger and then regathered it off Australian hands. The yellow card is almost over. Australia have blown their chance.
Comes down for Earls.
Well, the Wallabies will be calling for a penalty there.
McGrath with a run. Lays it back for Murray and Sexton. Omani. Henshaw. Now Ringrose. Some footwork.
Wallabies unable to create any breakdown disturbance.
And the dummy coming from Sexton. Pocock goes in, can't get his hands on it though. Now Stunder. Ringrose to nobody. Oh, and it sits up for Lama. The young winger into the 22. Stunder. Henshaw straightens. Tackle had to be made.
Pocock's there.
Yep.
And he's turned it over. It's going to be
legally
put in.
That's his first for the night. They've been really good at nullifying Pocock, the Irish, tonight. Not that time. If he's got one, there'll be another.
Yeah, the attacking breakdown from Ireland's been excellent. Their clean out, it's been clinical. Players hitting at pace. Dane Hallett-Petty almost a chance. And it's a great tackle here at the end from Kirtley coming across Caleb Timu. Pocock very lucky, I felt, to get away with this one. He's on his feet for a second, just a second. The referee said it's long enough. Wallabies getting the feed there. I can't see how they were going forward at the breakdown. But they get away with it.
That's verging on miraculous. Ireland have been so good, and they were setting themselves up for those long phases there again. They were so close to getting a try there. One more and they were in. Now they're back to 15 men. Gee, they've been impressive.
They've worked on the breakdown, no doubt about that.
You see what Sexton did there through his first dummy of the game? 3 minutes before half-time, he's been shoveling, finally threw a dummy and almost got through. What a class act he is.
You stay in that position and let me manage them. Hold the weight, hold the balance.
Some really big improvements in the Wallaby scrum over the last year, I guess, or a couple of years. They've worked hard at it. But the Irish scrum was one of the better scrums of the Six Nations. I was expecting them to give us a bit of a lesson at scrum time.
See that last run where we got a penalty when Phipps was in trouble at the back, they looked all right.
Yeah. We had that scrum won well, and then we edged off a little bit.
Ireland have lost the last 9 tests when they've trailed at half-time. They're desperate to hang on to this slender lead at the break in Melbourne. The offload and knocked on is the call.
Oh, they'll have to play it.
No, they won't. He has called half-time, and Ireland rightfully complaining it happened just before the hooter. So maybe a let-off for Australia there. But at half-time, it is Ireland leading by 16 points to 14. Converted try and 3 penalties to Johnny Sexton. And for Beale. Beale scored for Australia, converted by Foley, and then there was the penalty try. So 16 to 14, and let's go to Rod Kafer.
Adam, tough first half.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, make a few too many penalties. And piggybacking them up the field. So we've got to mitigate our penalties. Really get some pressure back.
Not the line speed that we saw last week in defence.
Yeah, credit to them. They're playing a little bit flatter. But yeah, we can still get a lot more line speed and take it to them physically.
Enjoy the second half.
Thanks, mate.
Half time here at Amy Park. It's Ireland leading the Wallabies 16 points to 14.
Inside ball to Kirtley Beale. Beale beats everybody, and over he goes. What a start, Wallabies!
Whoa, what a start!
Murray throws the dummy and floats it over, and Conway is in.
What a hit back!
Issues for Australia. They've lost Will Genia to injury, a yellow card to Marika Korovetti, very costly, and overall discipline has been poor. But the Wallabies are still in this game, somewhat remarkably, given that it has been a much improved performance from Ireland. It is Ireland leading 16 points to 14 at half-time after what was a terrific start from the Wallabies.
Yeah, it's a wonderful start by the Wallabies. You can't get a better start. Kirtley Beale bounces over in the first 2 minutes off a really well-orchestrated team try. As we'll see, he's the recipient of some really good play, some really good quick recycle by the backs and forwards. Really accurate play, which is what you need to have a good start to the game. We see this quick release. They've got the second wave play. Guess who's running across the field? It's Bernard Foley, the man straightening up the cat and taking up what they call opening up the can really between Stunder and Levy was Kirtley Beale, and he just knows how to find the space, doesn't he?
And normally we talk about Kirtley running across field and Bernard straightening, but on that occasion it was vice versa. And Bernard, he just knows how to switch at the right time. Those two have got such a good relationship out on the field together.
And the buzz and the energy that went through this crowd was incredible after that first couple of minutes. But then Ireland hit back, and it was Marika Korovetti with the tip tackle, and it got penalised accordingly, yellow carded, and it fell to pieces a little bit from here.
Yeah, look, this wasn't necessary. Marika made a good tackle. He didn't need to go on with it and go past the horizontal. Good decision. This was an excellent decision to go for the try. What I like about this, they went to the tail of the line out. They managed to roll it infield another 5 metres. They had a 20-metre blind side. Simple maths and great vision by Conor Murray.
Yeah, and Conor Murray's going to pick that off every single time. He's a really clever player. Had the running play short, knew the space was on the edge. He just knew that and floated over for a really well-worked Irish try.
And at that point, Ireland had all the momentum, all the possession, all the territory. But the one sniff that Australia got, they rolled the dice, they kicked to the corner, set up a near-perfect maul, and the try came, penalty try.
Yeah, I think Sekope Kepu thinks he came away with it, but it was a penalty try awarded under the post. There's also a yellow card to number 1 Healy for a foul play involved in that, and a professional foul. The Wallabies were lucky to get this try. It's been a fantastic game, but the Wallabies' ill discipline has been really, really poor. This try got them back in it, but Ireland, it's been all Ireland for the first half.
And George, the loss of Will Genia, we saw those shots of him sitting on the sideline. He's not coming back. How significant is that?
Yeah, it's significant. It looks like he's hurt his forearm there, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But a really good replacement in Nick Phipps. He'll be really keen to get out there, continue on his very good relationship that he has with Bernard Foley. We're going to need, well, the Wallaby team's going to need a really strong, disciplined performance in this second half because this Irish team's come to play.
It is all about discipline, and at the moment that penalty count stands 7-3. The Wallabies have given away 7 penalties. Can they clean that up? We're going to come back to Amy Park in Melbourne in just a moment to find out.
The Wallabies have scored 2 tries to 1, but it is Ireland leading by 16-14 at half-time at Amy Park in Melbourne. 4 of the past 5 tests between these two nations have been decided by single-digit margins. And if we have a look at the stats, what about the possession dominance and also territory? It's all Ireland at the moment.
That's absolutely spot on. It is all Ireland, Clarking. It's amazing that Wallabies are only 2 points behind them at the moment. The number of rucks and mauls, look at that, 60-19, 3 times the amount.
It's incredible Australia is only behind by 2. Ireland have been so significantly superior in that first half. A couple of changes made to the Wallabies, I'd say, tactical, because there was no injury. Well, Caleb Timu's off and Luka Antui's on.
And Tolu Latu is out there at hooker, so he replaces Brendan Paenga-Ramosa. And a change for Ireland as well. Looking like Dan Levy has been replaced, and number 20 is out there, Geordie Murphy. Geordie, the man from Leinster, started last week.
Sexton's been brilliant, hasn't he?
He's controlled the game superbly. He's not a substitute like he was last week. He's a man who masterminds the game. They feel so much better about themselves when Sexton's in number 10 controlling.
Bumper crowd at Amy Park, and the second half is underway, and Michael Hooper takes it on the 22. Good chase by Earls. Phipps hands it out to Rodder. Wallabies looking for a good clearance, and Beale goes to the air. Folau is chasing, and Carney gets there first of all. And he
Coleman.
Crashed into Adam Coleman, who came off second best there, and he's still on the ground. Problem for Adam Coleman and the Wallabies after that collision with Carney. And so Ireland have it. Familiar territory again. And now it goes to O'Mahony. He gets it out to Robbie Henshaw up to the 22.
Pocock nearly had that.
Short side they go. Lama. Here's a new man, Geordie Murphy.
Coleman's back in the line.
Oh no, he's got to go off for a head assessment.
Now it is Sexton. A good short ball out to Healy. Carney running off Sexton, his Leinster teammate.
How good's Carney been?
Scannell. Can't get away from Karevi, but more great field position for Ireland. They string the faces together. Furlong, crash ball.
They're strong out
the top.
Strong out wide.
And now the inside ball. Coleman made the tackle.
Pocock's on that.
Oh, yeah. They needed that, the men in gold, because it was all Ireland at the start of the second half.
Oh, they were queuing up on the right-hand side. Pocock Mighty had one go 2 phases earlier. So again, they get to 13 phases. Coleman's in all sorts of problems. Took Carney front on.
Well, as Carney came down, Folau sort of swung him around.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, he made a tackle before as well, so must have been playing on memory. Here's a collision.
Oh, it was Folau's head.
Go that way. We'll just wait for him to get off.
Yeah, when you recall like that, it's...
Time is off.
It's often, as you said, Marta, the fractured cheekbone. It's swelling immediately. It's got all the look of it. Having done a couple of those myself, it's certainly got that look. I doubt whether we'll see Adam Coleman back again. Fair play to get up and keep tackling, because it stings.
How good are these Irish?
Well, they are committed. Let's get a word from the head coach of the Wallabies now, Michael Cheika. Well, Michael, plenty of time to go. What was your message at half-time? Because the Irish have come to play, haven't they?
Yeah, for sure. I think we just need to keep our legs going a bit more in D. Like they're a team that'll keep the ball a lot, so you've got to be aware of that. And keep working hard in the defence, and you'll get the turnovers and you'll be able to get the ball.
Have you spoken anything about the kicking game? It's off a little bit, Check.
No, I'd say not a little bit. I'd say a fair bit, right? And just there again, we got ourselves in trouble because we didn't get a kick in the right zone, right? So, you know, we've got to fix that up as well, and that will give us a bit more opportunity to get some field position.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, lads.
Michael check it there. So the Wallabies down by 2, but a long way to go here.
Advantage, 2 green from the side.
Adam Coleman, he's gone from the field, so Rob Simmons is out there. Folau again chasing this ball, and again it's a penalty against the Irish.
What do you think the Irish have been doing this week? A lot of aerial work.
Yeah, they look confident in the air, don't they, the guys? So they haven't been put under a lot of pressure. Checks right about the kick. I'd also be keen to understand why he made those changes so early.
One of the things about playing against Ireland, Michael Cheika said it, they will have the ball for a long period of time, and the Wallabies are just lacking people over the ball. Tolu Latu's out there now. That'd be one of the reasons. It gives them somebody else. They've only got David Pocock, who will really have a crack at the ball. Nobody in the back line really has a go hard at the ball. Tolu Latu will add a little bit to it. There's the little twist in the knee.
We've now got 3 genuine line-out jumpers, and we're still losing line-outs.
Little waste, but it is Ireland now driving it forward. Good metres indeed from Stunder. Now the kick across field. Borrowed from the Wallaby playbook.
No hand, green.
Murray and Sexton. And now the penalty goes against Australia.
Is that for Latu for a tackle?
Off the ball.
Yeah, another penalty against the men in goal.
Back here, please, 10.
10 8 penalties conceded now.
Well, it's just the easy stuff for Ireland when they keep getting gifts like this.
You can go, you can go.
There it is there.
Michael, that's 2. Yeah.
We'll get somebody else in the sin bin if they keep it up. They need to learn the lesson. The Wallabies, I understand why. It's risk-reward. It's get in their face, make a big hit. But you've got chances to pull out of some of these tackles. Just need to get the balance right of that line speed and not giving away the penalty.
Hold your space.
Cian Healy has been replaced as well, the front rower for Ireland. 80th Test match is over. So 17ers back out there. Jack McGrath back out there because he had to fill in for a while. Healy was in the sin bin in the first half.
They're getting serious about this line-out gap. You watch how quickly it closes. No, that one's open.
Turner, probably old bounce there, but he had time to claim it. Murray. Turner to Ryan. Pocock trying to hold him up.
They're getting their go forward, Ireland, when they have 2 players going in. They bind onto each other and charge in. It's hard to get them down.
Now Stunder.
See there.
Henshaw. Threatened to open up out there at Scannell. Throws the pass, and Hooper was there to claim it for Australia. So Phipps went searching, found Beale, and he just kicks it straight into the breadbasket of Carney, one of the best returners of the football in the world game. Ringrose out to Niall Scannell.
Rodder with a crook shoulder in the background has to make a tackle here.
And Beale can't control McGrath. Goes backwards, and now Sexton out the back door. Good ball to Earls. Beale, ball on all. Flings him into the turf. Stunder with a bit of help from big James Ryan. Very committed Irish team. Now Sexton out the back. Carney, Beale. Oh, now it's an advantage for a high tackle. Carney falling there and Beale going with him. Connecting above the shoulders is the call.
Yeah. You were okay, but it was for the high tackle on 12.
Again, they've got over 7 phases. They are controlling possession.
Right.
Well, Curtly Beale's got to adapt. If they're going to penalise him, he's got to go lower with the contact. It's tough.
Yeah, it is. I shake my head at that
Yeah,
too. I mean, really.
Where you go?
Robbie Henshaw with a bit of an injury out there. Maybe ribs.
Last half. No. Off, please. Time is still on. Way you go. Yeah.
So Sexton puts it into the corner.
End of last half. Yeah, go quickly, very quickly.
Haven't had a drive tonight, the Irish pack.
Yeah, sure.
So Niall Scannell is coming from the field, the hooker for Ireland. So Rob Herring, the man born in Cape Town, South Africa, is out there in 16. Important line-out for him.
They're driving this one. Tough one, your first line-out, Kearnsey.
Yeah.
And it's been stolen. Rodder got in the air and then cleaned up by Pocock. Back to Foley.
That's a good one.
Yeah, good clearance from Foley.
Message passed on? Yeah, thank you.
Well done to Isaac Rodder. Good steal.
Defence and kicking identified as the biggest problem. I'll tell you what possession is too. Look at that, the start of the second half. In territory.
Turned it down to Murray, Sexton. We work a move in midfield. It's a 10-metre mark, Australian territory. Inside ball to Earls! Keith Earls found a gaping hole, needs support, he pops it up brilliantly and Carney is there. Pull down 5 out. The Irish on the charge. Wallabies trying to get back into the defensive line. The new man Herring pulled down only a metre out. Pick and go. Advantage is being played here for Ireland so they can just take their time. McGrath reaches out and dots it down, but no try.
Double movement.
Saying it was a second movement.
It was a double movement, okay?
Wow. McGrath thought he had a 5-pointer beside the sticks.
Gee, I don't know whether the Irish have been hard done by. They check everything else these days.
I'm waiting for the
Sexton standing in the way, hoping they might check it.
There's very little doubt about it.
Scrum.
They'll take the scrum, Kearnsey.
Sexton and Conor Murray think they're reffing the game, and I think the referee's getting a little annoyed with them.
Got to play the ball immediately, okay?
Yeah. Fair call. He was crawling for a while. Elbows and knees on the ground.
Yep.
I don't know. I've seen other tries given the same as that.
So Adam Coleman,
where's 3?
a swollen cheekbone. Let's hope it's not too serious.
What about this for a substitution, Phil Kearns? Taniela Tupou with the defensive scrum coming onto the field.
Make sure you're ready.
Kepu coming from the field. He's done plenty of work, Keps.
Yeah. Make an effort.
Still a long way to go in this one.
Time back
And it's
on.
still just a 2-point ball game. 16-14. Ireland over Australia.
I can't believe the Wallabies are hanging on.
Thank you. Okay, we'll close it up a little bit then. I want you to
They've
feel
got something
comfortable.
up their sleeve here, the Irish. The two
Let's
little
go.
maestros having a little chat.
Are you happy now?
Sexton standing
Let's go.
right behind the scrum. Tupou will be hoping it doesn't even get that far because he's going to put everything into this one.
Crouch! Okay. So you guys leant in the first half. You guys are leaning now?
Yeah.
No more, all right? We cut it now. go. Hold the weight. Let's go. Hold your balance. Yeah. Let's go. I'm happy.
It was a defensive scrum last week, just after Tupou came on. Turned the game.
Crouch. No!
He's got Luke Cantui on him as well, so there's going to be some power coming from this side.
Ball goes in and spits out. And Murray, claimed by Phipps, 5 out. Murphy. They're looking to take the direct route, the Irish. Furlong. Into went low. Murphy again, the fresh man. Still 5 out. Can the Wallabies hold him out again?
No!
Pocock tried to get his hands on it. Still 5 out. Ryan. Herring.
Leave it!
Geez, Latu had his legs wide, nearly had that.
It's Stunder and they drive in behind the number 8. Sexton, short ball! Head short. It's going to come back again for Ireland. Relentless pressure by the men in green.
Advantage.
Advantage is being played for Ireland. So much pressure on the Wallabies. Still there, McGrath spinning.
You have the advantage, Green.
Still advantage, and Earls trying to spin out of a tackle. And hang on. The referee thinks he might have got it down on the chalk.
Yeah, I think he got it.
I think so too.
You know that. Time off. Just wait.
What's he going to look at? Forward pass?
Just going to look for grounding.
Yeah, just make sure it touches well.
Okay.
And then we had another offside against 15, so they're definitely going back to the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going back to a penalty, but it's not a try. But Earls, what about winning the contact?
Yes, Paul.
With Israel Folau?
Try yes or no, please, mate. We're looking at touchline first and then the grounding after that. If that's inconclusive, we're coming back to the offside penalty against
Number 10.
Gold 10.
So the question is try yes or no?
Yeah.
The question is did one of his boots touch the chalk here? Have a look at that yellow boot.
No, it was Folau's.
Folau's. Oh, it was Folau's.
Oh, hang on.
No, there. There. Is that out? He gets the ball down, doesn't he?
Oh,
no. No downward pressure. This is where the TMO actually becomes important. I don't think that's out. That's not out.
Did it flick the line?
Did he release this? Is that downward pressure?
Yeah, well, the ref said he's there on the spot to see
I have a decision.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had downward pressure. I think he released that.
Yeah, there, Paul.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, the green player is not in control, so it is a knock-on. Go back for your original advantage.
Okay, right. No try. So it's a no try for the knock-on, but it's going to be a penalty against 10 gold for offside.
Johnny Sexton's teed the ball up. He's ready to kick it. He's converting the penalty. Ireland are all back.
That's fun in the grandstand between the nearest Irishman.
Yeah.
Howler. Kate, can you believe we're hanging on here?
Oh, it's unbelievable. That was a tremendous period of defence from the Wallabies. You get the feeling that Wallabies could sneak a intercept or something. They haven't deserved to be so close.
There's also been 2 offsides down here.
But somehow they've scrapped and fought and battled against this very good Irish side. They're still in the game. And they get a chance to do it again. Do they put Rob Simmons up? They've got 3 jumpers. Could certainly get someone in the air.
That's good. 3.
Gorgenia, injured arm, looking on. And Ireland, they go. Cortona and down to Stunder. Hooper makes the tackle with Phipps. Advantage is being played again. And now it is Furlong! They won't stop him! Tyke Furlong started all 3 tests for the British and Irish Lions against the All Blacks last year. We saw him in the open in the first half, and now he's just crashed over for the try. His first test try as well.
Well, they deserved it. There's no doubt. The Irish, they've played really, really well. They're offside the Wallabies, not behind the line there. And it was a quick ball. It just came out to a straight running Furlong. He's such a big, powerful runner. See the speed he can generate over short distances, big girth.
Incredible. The Wallabies were only just holding on. They were paper thin, and finally Furlong, the mismatch against Phipps there, did it easy. I think it may have saved Bernard Foley, who was offside again, penalty against him from getting a yellow card. Perhaps the referees just had about had enough of the Wallabies. Would it surprise you if I told you that man there, Tyke Furlong, has now run the most amount of run meters for the Irish? A tight head prop this evening has run more run meters than any other Irish player. That big bust in the first half. Very deserved.
Well, the Wallabies have had 28% possession. Remarkable number. And they're still in the match.
How are they still in the match?
55 gone, long way to go. And Sexton looking to add the icing. Yeah, over it goes.
Just the ball control from Ireland is something special.
Another change here.
Sexton, what about his numbers?
Incredible. The points that he scored tonight have been so important, but it's the symbol of calm that he gives this Irish team. They're a completely different team with him at 10.
Kona, much better performance by Ireland in the air this week compared to last week. But 8 changes. And those 8 changes have made a huge difference. Ringrose. Carney over to Lama.
I don't think they've knocked the ball on tonight, have they, Aaron?
Well, the occasional knock on, but
not too many.
I can't remember one.
In close. So Murray goes high and Folau coming forward, but no, it won't reach him. And it's on the ground, and Ireland have it, but knocked on by
There's one.
Ireland.
What happened with Folau there? Why didn't he come forward quicker?
He's really been unable to get into the game, Israel Folau. The kick chase has left him a little bit. The kicking from Ireland's been very good. He's set deep, expecting them to kick out of their 22, and they haven't. They've run it, and they've just managed this short passing game from Johnny Sexton beautifully. And then they get themselves into a position and then kick short as he's still caught deep. They've really played him out of the game. We've hardly seen Beale. We've hardly seen Folau. Karevi, Korobetti. We haven't seen any of the Wallabies with the ball.
Well, you can't when you've only got 27%.
They get it now, and they need to hang on to it for multiple phases.
73% possession to Ireland. Desperate to win against the Wallabies on Australian soil for the first time since 1979. Desperate to keep this series alive. So Phipps to Beale, straightening. Oh, and then taken in a nice tackle just inside Ireland territory. 19 is Rob Simmons. Phipps. And they're like Tupou, they rush up and shut him down on halfway.
He doesn't get dominated often.
Beale to Howlett Petty. Good strong run and a good offload to Karevi. Beale. Now it's Tolu Latu. Stunder makes the ball and all tackle. Here's Beale again. Out to Foley. Korobetti straightens. Takes the tackle. Tui went in high. They try and hold him up. Now it's Folau. Korobetti looking to get involved. He needs to. And Omani is right over the top of it.
First man and over the ball. Oh. Wow, is that his 3rd individual turnover? Did he support his weight? All good questions.
Johnny Sexton.
Corabetti is isolated. 2 there. Here comes Omani. Tried to get him off his feet, but he kept control.
Okay. Right. Hey. Let's go.
Frustration there from the Wallaby bench.
There we are.
Peter Omani, who captained the British and Irish Lions in the first test against New Zealand last year. In his 50th test match, the captain. 49th for Ireland. He's had 1 for the Lions.
Well, it was a long phase. It was more than 7 phases by the Wallabies.
Well, you just notice, too, whenever the Irish get put under pressure, they take a long break, slow the pace of the game down to what they want, have a little rest. Good game management.
Herring. Sexton. Good strong hit up in midfield, but the penalty goes against Ireland.
13 green. I'll stay up.
Net Hooper stressing go touch. I was hoping Foley wasn't going to take a quick tap. They've got to regain control of the speed of this game, the Wallabies.
They want to play up tempo, the Wallabies. The quicker it is, the better they like it. Ireland know that. So they'll do the opposite.
Fords are having a drive.
Kololatu finds a target. Just.
That's a tackle. That's actually a tackle. There was no more.
We got a problem for David Pocock, who's on the ground after that line out. Lucan Tui went in hard and high. And Stunder went in, trying to steal it. Comes back now for Fanila Tupou, and Jonah was in his face. Phipps to Michael Hooper. No way through there.
Irish defence is awesome.
Such a all-committed Ireland team this week. And Beale, mix up. Knocked on by Australia. Advantage is over, so Israel Folau looks up and it beats everybody into touch. We'll have a line out about 30 out from the Australian line.
Something happened with Pocock at that last line out.
He's hurt his neck or something. Conor Murray, turnover, he knew Folau was up in the line.
Yep.
Dominant.
Yeah, well, we've got both down, so time off.
The 2 forwards down, and Pocock in some pain after that line out.
He was complaining about one of their liners jumping across and landed bang on his head. Now, the referee called that a tackle, please. Is that a tackle?
Oh.
They should go back for that, if they're going to go back for other things.
Huh? Time's off.
And there's still Pete Samu to come off the bench.
I think he's on already, Clarkie.
He's out there already.
Yeah, just in that last break of play, he's on the field now.
The TMA reckons that's all right.
Well, they did throw a bloke up in the air and he let him go and he fell on David Pocock. Dangerous play, perhaps throwing your own man in the air.
Go to the back, and Simmons just manages to push it backwards. Wide they go, and Curly Beale, they raced up on him, but the support was there, and this Irish team, it's a committed Ireland tonight in Melbourne. But there is time for the Wallabies.
There's 22.
23-14. Now Beale goes to the air, and this one is going to come down for Murray.
Oh,
gee. Poor kicking.
Poor chasing.
And poor passing on that occasion from Ireland, so they retreat back towards halfway. Now it's Ryan. Impressive again. McGrath to Sexton, just holding it up. Henshaw
Yep.
Goes to ground.
Right.
Ringrose, Carney, the experienced Irishman. All standing up tonight. Carney, Murray, Sexton.
Just easy meters for them.
Oh, and there's a rare mistake. Tupou throws it out the back door. Trying to offload into the tackle, and so we'll have the scrum.
Well, they were about to enter rare air. They were about to go their 9th time they've been over 7 phases. I've never seen that at a team against the Wallabies before. Their control of the ball, their dominance of the breakdown, every tackle. It's been an incredible performance come back by the Irish.
Reece Hodges out there now.
Yep. He's coming off.
And so it's Kurtley Beale coming from the field.
Wow.
Right, sub's complete. Time on.
He hasn't had any front foot ball tonight. Kurtley Beale hasn't been able to weave that magic like he did last weekend.
Nice long, strong bind, please.
Still plenty of time left for both of these teams to win the match.
Yep.
Wallabies just being smothered at the moment by this excellent Ireland defence. They're beating the Wallabies at the breakdown. Wallabies, when they can, they're like a one-man clean out. At worst, 2 men. And Ireland are just slowing the ball down at every opportunity with 2 or 3 defensively.
So here's Haylett Petty. Good defence from Ringrose. Hodge to CO. Tyg Byrne is out there in jersey 19.
Another one. Not releasing the ball. Turnover.
Well, Omani was brilliant in the first 60 minutes with it. Another one came on. I think that...
They're going to have a shot here.
Tyg Byrne, maybe that time.
Yeah, well, the 19, Tyg Byrne, he's 26 years of age. He's had plenty of injuries. And so he is on debut. He's been a star for the Llanelli Scarlets. Signed for Munster in the next season. And he comes into this test arena with huge raps on him. He's had so many forced turnovers playing for the Scarlets. He scored the European try of the year for Llanelli against Bath in the championship. So look for a big 15 minutes or so from the man with 19 on his back.
Wallabies only got to 3 phases and then shut down by the turnover. It's the story of the night.
Touch of the Owen Finnegans in Tyg Byrne. Similar physique.
Penalties now 13 conceded by the Wallabies, only 6 by Ireland.
Five from 6 so far for Sexton. 39 metres back to the right of the uprights, and yep, it's over. So some breathing space, 26 to 14.
Well, the Irish have proved they're not just here for some sort of boondoggle.
You can say that again.
I wouldn't mind it explained if he does.
Just not a waste. They're here to do something important.
Oh, brilliant work in the air from the big man, Devon Toner.
He may as well have been over the road at the MCG playing AFL. That was brilliant.
But now the penalty, and
First man
now
on.
it is time for the Wallabies to make something of the opportunity inside, a rare opportunity inside the Irish half.
Well, that was Talu Latu. Substitute hooker, and that's a beauty. From Bernard Foley, puts the Wallabies in a position to score.
He does offer a point of difference, Tolu Latu. Great low defender, excellent over the ball. And the Wallabies need it to get the balance back. They need more work on the floor.
Good take by Lucan Tui, but the penalty will go against the Wallabies.
And obstruction.
Obstruction. A waste.
Player without the ball, in front of the ball. Taniela Tupou creating obstruction for the ball carrier.
Captain, captain.
That's a killer blow.
One of those really frustrating games for the Wallaby players with just when they think they've got it right and they've got a chance, something goes wrong and you get back to square one.
Yeah, you can't put Taniela Tupou in front of Pocock.
Good two-handed take from Ireland and Sexton. Ringrose hits it up in midfield.
No, lost now. 7. No, it's not.
Byrne, the drive in behind him. Ryan. Out the back. Sexton. Picked up here by Foley, penalty. And it might be a yellow card.
Because they're saying they'll have an overlap. He'll be gone.
This way there. Michael. Captain. You actually put a handle on the number of penalties before, and now it's starting to roll again, okay? Okay. Just have a word, okay? Back we are. Deliberate. You are, yeah.
And it's a deliberate slap then.
Hey, look, we are looking at it behind the scenes, and we're happy with the penalty. If it's more, then we'll be told, okay?
He tried to pull his hand in there.
Yes, it's a penalty.
Just a penalty. Bernard Foley stays on the field. And Sexton. Again, the Irish able to work their way inside Australian territory.
It's a mountain of possession to the Irish. 15 penalties to Australia's 7.
68% inside Australians' territory.
They've come with the right attitude, and it's winning them the physical contest, which then provides the penalties.
Over 5 minutes inside the Australian 22. Again, Toner wins it at the front this time. Herring has it at the back.
Is that Lucan Tui? Mighty.
But they managed to get it back to Earls. Taken by Pete Samu. Stunder. Ryan.
Against screen.
Wow.
Kicking high out to the right. Penalty to Australia.
I think that was somebody hitting Pete Samu off the ball, was it?
He got clean.
Okay,
he got dragged out of the maul around the collar. Thrown away. Can't do that.
Clean out.
The leaders of this Australian team need to bring them together, going, make that the turning point.
Here we go, boys.
Same way that Genia grabbed them in the first half before he went off.
Big news to hand. Cootamundra defeated Harden 27-26 at Wallenbean Oval. Big crowd.
Priceless update.
Yeah, 336 people apparently there, 4 degrees. Tough day out there. Well done to the Cooter boys.
In the bush. We're back in Melbourne. It is Phipps. Gives it now to Hooper, running strongly. Lucan Tui went in high. Taken by Byrne. Now it's Foley and a wide ball. Latu. And it's thrown to nobody. Lost forward. Forward in the end.
Oh, the pass from Foley to Latu was brilliant. Should have amounted to more.
Just rushing it and pushing those last passes, really hurting the Wallabies when they haven't had any possession. They feel they need to do it to do something special every time.
Well, they're getting into
had so little ball.
The scoreboard, the clock's telling them that they have to start doing that.
Final replacement on for Australia as well.
Has that sub been made?
Tom Robertson is on, so Scott Seo coming from the field.
I think Connor Murray's defence had a lot to do with that pass too.
The man who has run the most metres for Islanders coming from the field as well.
What an effort.
A front rower.
I've never, ever seen that before.
I think he's odds on for man of the match for Ireland, surely.
Oh, yeah.
The interesting thing is you look down the stats for
the Vanessa
run
going
meters
right,
for the
happy.
Irish team.
Just don't creep, okay?
It's quite even. There's a lot in the 40s, 50s, 60s.
Everyone's put in.
Everyone's really worked hard. They could all run with the ball. They can all throw a pass.
The highest run leaders for Australia at the moment. Nate Haley-Petty, just 39. It's been the story of the match. Don't run if you don't have the ball. Now just watch Ireland slow things down now. They've got the breathing space.
Just come over to me. Hey, listen. Scrums have been very good. You've just come on the field. That's the first one, okay?
So Andrew
I don't want to
Porter,
put any pressure on you, but they've been very good.
the replacement prop. Getting a bit of a pressing down from the referee. 125 kilograms, a big lad.
Isn't he? They reckon he can squat 350 Ks.
Can he scrum?
Well, I worry about his haircut. Kenzie for a prop.
5, 6,
Penalty to Australia.
Yeah.
The answer's no.
Good pressure through from the Wallabies, and it was on this side. Taniel Tupou and Hooker couldn't get his foot up properly to strike.
Try now. We have a
Rob
grandstand finish. Try from this line out. Wallaby Ford's having their committee meeting. Pocock's going, come with me, boys. Old pilot is over. It's actually only a 4-man. Maybe a 5.
Bob Simmons will be doing the calling, and it goes to Luke Arntui. So Tolu Latu has it at the back. The Wallabies.
9-1.
Being told that's once.
No, it's not going anywhere. Referee will tell them they have to
Advantage.
Advantage is being played.
Side.
Pick and go here from Taniela Tupou.
Knock on there.
There was a little knock on there, so he was playing advantage, so they get another opportunity now.
Yep, you're on it now.
Very good tackle there from Andrew Porter on Tupou.
Middle. Be careful.
Six to go. Goes to Tui again. Ryan coming through. And Phipps is there. Short ball for Lau, loses it. But it's out to Corabetti.
Oh, what a tackle.
Ball and all it was. Still there for the Wallabies. Now Tupou stepping. Henshaw held on.
18.
Hodge. They hold on to him. Out to Karevi. Got rid of one. Look at the green jumpers swarming over there.
Hands up.
They are so on for this game.
And now Simmons. Murray made the tackle. Robertson.
Don't hold him in.
Foley inside ball. Karevi. They were waiting for him. Foley and Haley-Petty. Tupou got away from Stunder. Phipps. Inside ball. Hodge.
Yep. Use it, 22.
Tolu Latu.
Oh, he's knocked it on.
Knock on in there. And that comes from pressure.
That's incredible from the Irish team. Incredible. Launching themselves out of Australia the whole game. There's a touch judge wants to have a yarn. You'd think it's going to go in Australia's favour. They may have one last chance. Have a look at that, says Phipps. Is that a little hand in there, Kearnsey?
He knocks the ball deliberately.
There is a foot.
So potential foul play. Do you want to have a check? Okay. Ben, are you there, TMO?
Yes, Paul.
Yeah, we're just looking at potential foul play here, a deliberate knock-on by Green.
Yeah, on the ball.
Don't have a number?
No, I don't.
Okay. Just back here at this previous ruck that I went scrum with, mate.
Pascal
Checking
Gauzet
foul play,
from France,
potential deliberate knock-on.
Yeah.
the assistant, who will be in charge at a sold-out Allianz Stadium next Saturday in Sydney.
Oh, if the Wallabies have any chance, this decision has to go their way, score immediately, then come again. Otherwise, this Irish team will get the rewards they deserve after this performance.
Coming into tonight, the Wallabies had won 11 straight against Ireland on Australian soil. Is that all about to end?
So did he reach out as Phipps was about to pick the ball up? Yes, he did. It was like... What was the thing from the Adams family? The hand?
Thing.
The thing. Thing was in that ruck.
Okay. Ben, so I'd also like the number of that player, please.
Yeah, we do have a deliberate knock-on. We just now are going to get video footage of the number.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa, what a finish we got here.
Like the thing, it must be the one with all the hair.
Is it Jack McGrath, the prop?
Matt, it's camera angle number 7, please. Camera angle number 7.
Well, they're taking their time with this one. Such an important call coming up.
Well, it's a yellow card.
Should be the honesty system. Just ask the captain, who was it? Someone stick your hand up.
Who do you want to ditch? There's
And
McGrath
can you
there,
just
look.
pause there, please?
Yeah. Well, look.
The eye.
Paul, it is the green player here. Green number 17.
Wasn't Uncle Fester?
Green 17.
We're
Green 17, please. I need green 17.
Do you recognise any of these men?
17.
Yes, Paul
So,
sees the comedy.
it's a deliberate action. You've deliberately knocked the ball on. It's yellow card.
Jack McGrath goes to the naughty chair.
Your face will be up at post offices around Australia.
Gee, you used to get away with that in the old days, didn't you?
Just wait, we've got subs.
When we were playing Marto in black and white.
4 green.
There's only one camera, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And Devon Toda is coming from
10
the
metres.
field. He's been immense, hasn't he? In the
10
air,
metres.
line out time.
Wallabies are going to look maybe for the tap move here.
Okay, time back on.
Tried it last week to
Deliberate.
success.
Yeah.
Time on.
Why not?
Now Tupou winds up. He's 5 out.
Get a bit of that in you.
Quick hands to nobody. Folau back there to clean up, and again the Irish swarm right over the top of them. Now it's Lucan Tui.
Oh, look at the strength. The Irish just fighting like hell to keep people on their feet and mess up the breakdown.
They have not won on Australian soil since 1979. Number 2 in the world, Six Nations champs, Grand Slam winners. Lost last week, but they've hit back big time this week, but it's not over yet, and now that's good work. Was that a high tackle? No, it wasn't. It's play on, and now it is Foley just tapping it on. And now Folau. Folau cutting back in, still going. 5 out. Samu, Melbourne-born, plays for the Crusaders in New Zealand. Looking for his first test try, the gap closed, and now they slam it down. And it's been cleaned up by Tui. Running on to it, Australia. Desperate defence by Ireland. Pick and go. Try! It is a try to Taniela Tupou, and it's game on. Don't go anywhere.
He was always the player most likely when you talk close to the line. Finally busted that wall of Irish defenders.
Wow. You could see the urgency from both sides. The Irish defence magnificent. And here comes Tupou to the quick pick and go. He sneaks in underneath. Who was that? Jack McGrath? No. Andrew Porter.
135 kilograms of muscle. The Wallabies back in the game. Times their enemy.
So Bernard Foley taking his time, and he nails it. It's down the middle over the black dot, and it is 26-21.
What a finish!
The Australians have scored 3 tries to 2, but discipline let them down. Sexton has kicked 4 penalties. Will that be the difference in the end?
How is it possible that Australia scored 3 tries to 2? No ball, and Irish defence is just unbelievable.
Well, that's the upside for the Wallabies, isn't it? That's the good news they take out of this game.
Played no footy.
So we've got changes coming.
Sexton
21
off.
is on there. Yeah, Sexton is off. Murray is off. Yeah. So John Cooney is out there in jersey 21. He was the Pro 14 Player of the Year and top point scorer in the Pro 14 as well. The man from Ulster. There's no Ulsterman or Connacht player in the starting 15. So can the Wallabies go the length of the field? Ireland down a man at the moment. Out the back it goes, and Foley. And here's Folau over the 22, straightening and stepping now. Good defence. Strong running by Tupou. And Foley, out the back it goes. Karevi. Pocock, quick hands over to Howlett Petty. The 2 men born on the African continent.
Yeah, good to the side.
Continent. Awkward fall there for Latu, but he manages to hold on. Inside ball, oh, they were waiting for Corabetti.
Oh, that's a hospital pass.
Still there for the Wallabies, though, with 30 seconds remaining. 26-21. Karevi, Howlett Petty, Lama holding on inside Ireland territory. Tolulatu goes to ground. Quick recycle. Foley. Tupou. He's had some impact, hasn't he?
Oh, there's a go on here.
Wide ball, and here's Israel Folau. They hold on to him, Earls, and it spits out. Is that it? Yes, it is.
Oh.
Knocked on.
Gee, there's another Irish hand in that.
Knocked on by Australia. The Irish are smiling in Melbourne. The series is still alive, and the drought has been broken. Ireland's first win over the Wallabies on Australian soil since 1979. Thoroughly deserved, but gee, the Wallabies didn't give up. They hung in there, and it's going to be a cracker of a decider in Sydney in 7 days' time. Right. Ireland 26, Wallabies 21.
The streets of Paddington next week will be going berserk. It'll be a great day in Sydney. What a terrific test match for Ireland. They were magnificent tonight. Their urgency, their energy, their enthusiasm was just fabulous.
That said it all at the end. The defence there to hold up. Australia had 14 phases there at the end. Sorry, 11 phases there at the end, and they just kept coming. That was the attitude. They started the game with the attitude, and they went the full 80. Well, the full 82 in the end, the Irish. Their defence was incredible. Australia's game was off, both kicking and defence in the first half. They just didn't have enough ball because the Irish, through that man there, Johnny Sexton, controlled the game so beautifully.
Just the way he runs at the line and gives that late pass. And every single time, the defence find him very hard to read which ball runner's going to get the pill next.
Well, it's the second versus third best team in the world. And, of course, the margin is going to be so fine. So it was attitude that has gotten the Irish over the line tonight.
Their last win on Aussie soil was in Adelaide in the 2003 Rugby World Cup. Ireland beat Argentina on that occasion. But now they have beaten the Wallabies on Australian soil for the first time since 1979. Gee, they'll be celebrating in Ireland. And the Irish right around the world will be celebrating that fact as well. 26-21. 16-14 at half-time. 8 changes in the run-on team. Adam Coleman, let's hope it's not too serious, the bump on the cheekbone, but it doesn't look great, does it? Wow, my goodness. They will be absolutely exhausted, Ireland. They gave it everything, and so did the Wallabies in the end. Time for some reaction. 26-21, Ireland over Australia.
Michael Hooper, a really tough battle there for the Wallabies.
Yeah, frustrating for us. You know, we gave away a lot of penalties. The Irish capitalised on that. I thought they played a good pressure game there and got the better of us tonight.
A lot of defensive effort. You really had to roll the sleeves up tonight to hold them out.
Yeah, we had no ball. Like I said, would you say 25% till about the last 5 minutes? So, you know, it's tough to win a game like that. You know, we kept swinging punches and throwing them to the end, but ultimately not good enough.
Somehow you stayed in the game and you managed to score 3 tries. When you had the ball, you looked pretty good.
Yeah, we got turned over quite easily. I thought the Irish did really quite well over the ball, and you know, they've got a good fan base here, like we're hearing now, and made for a good atmosphere here tonight.
Next week, the decider back in Sydney. You must really be looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to getting back to Sydney. It's going to be a hell of a game.
What do you have to do a little bit better? Discipline, a bit of an issue tonight. You mentioned the breakdown. Just some simple things.
Yeah, discipline is obviously a focus for us going into this series. We know the Irish are very disciplined. Made it tough for us tonight there to get over, and when we're just in our 50 metres the whole game. So looking to improve with those silly mistakes.
Can't wait for the battle next week. Good luck.
You and me both, mate. Cheers.
And also joining me, Peter O'Mahony. Peter, what a game. What a performance from this Irish team. We knew you'd bounce back, and you did.
Yeah, look, we knew how good the Australian side is. Obviously last week they taught us a good few lessons, and we knew how good we had to be today. You know, it's taken one of our best performances here to beat the side of the quality they have. So you look, it shows the respect we have for them, especially playing them at home. You know, they're incredibly proud playing here, and you know, it was appropriate that we put in one of the best performances we put in all year.
The work at the breakdown, yourself and everyone in the team, really, it was a real focal point.
Yeah, look, it always is, and you know, it's the hub of the game in rugby, but especially when you're playing against Australia, you know, with guys like, you know, Hooper and Pocock, the damage they can do. We saw it last week, and we knew if we were to give ourselves a shot today, we had to be good there, and we were, to be fair. So it's certainly an improvement on last week.
1-1 in the series sets up a mouth-watering clash next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it would have been really disappointing for us for next week to beat the Rugby. So look, we're looking forward to assessing the game, seeing some of the stuff we did well and improving stuff we did poorly, and look, moving on to next week.
Congratulations on a great win tonight.
Cheers, thank you.
What a performance by Peter O'Mahony and Ireland. They had so much possession for the majority of that contest, so much field position. Time in the opposition 22 was immense. But Australia was still able to score 3 tries, and they were gutsy right till the end. There we are, set for the decider in Sydney next week.
Coleman's in
Ireland 26, Australia 21.
Carney front on. They are controlling possession.